Hey guys, welcome to the Mornington Peninsula Motorcycle Club. We're here testing the all new, and I mean all new, 2021 Honda CRF450R. Where do we start? There is really, rather than saying what's new about this bike, it's more of a point what isn't new, because there is not much. The thing's totally different top to bottom. I mean, for me, first of all, even taking the seat off, we don't even have seat bolts at the back of the bike, they're at the front. The battery is now down here instead of in with the air filter. It doesn't even resemble the old bike. When you sit on it, it's the same. Doesn't feel similar either. It sits a little bit high, a little bit slimmer between your legs. However, we're here today to put it through its paces on a proper track. We're gonna jump it, we're gonna pitch it into berms, we're gonna see what it does, how it handles, and more importantly, how it's different to the 2020 model. Let's see how she goes. Where do we start with this bike? First of all, let me just say I've ridden it at multiple tracks now. I've ridden it out at Park 4MX and now here today at the Mornington Peninsula Motorcycle Club. Two totally different styles of track. One was nice and tacky, grippy, a lot of moisture, and today we were baked, we were rock hard. Let me first of all say, this bike, totally different. It feels exceptionally different out there on the track, as you would expect. This motor is amazing. It's one of the smoothest, produces the most amount of horsepower 450s that I've ever come across. The mapping that's made its way here to Australia is impeccable. You can pull a taller gear, tractor your way around the track, or if you're a bit lazy, you can let it rev to the moon, because trust me, it will rev all the way up to the moon. When it comes to the overall feel of the bike, I've got to say it's one of the most nimble bikes I've ever come across in that MX1 category. I'm not one to be able to peel out big whips. However, on this thing, I feel reasonably comfortable peeling it out off any half-decent jump. Now, when it comes to suspension, that's the main thing. I want to give you guys a little bit of a pointer in the right direction to try to help you get this bike dialed for wherever you're riding. Let's start off with the forks. Overall, just a little bit on the soft side compression, and with the rebound, a little bit slow. And the combination of these two things, I found, made the front end want to pack down just a little bit. And the rear end, with a couple of little issues we had, the diving of the front compounded the issues with the rear end. So I went in 3 clicks on compression on the forks, and I came out 3 clicks on the rebound. And overall, it allowed that front end to stay a lot nicer in that nice meaty part of the fork travel. Now with the rear end, I found it to be a little bit harsh in the first part of the stroke, and I wanted to plushen that up a bit. So I went softer in the low speed compression. I went from 8 out to 12 clicks. And when it comes to the high speed compression, now that's what helps hold your bike up on big hits on takeoff ramps and on big landers. I found it was blowing through the stroke a little bit too much. So I went all the way in to 1 1/4 turns out from fully turned all the way in. And man, it helped so much out there on the track. It really transformed the rear end. Now, I wouldn't be doing the new bike justice if I didn't mention a couple of things. First of all, the hydraulic clutch. Great, about time, stoked we've got a hydraulic clutch. And of course, the other thing, we have a single muffler at the back instead of twin mufflers. Overall, fantastic bike. You will need to play with your suspension, get your weight bias right, get it handling to how you like it. Make sure that your measurements are exactly what they need to be with your static sag versus your ride height, which tells you whether you have the correct spring on. Once you've got that dialed, you are going to have an absolute blast on this machine. Great job by Honda. If you Honda fans out there, go get yourselves one.